Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here and welcome to my guide to the Amaurot, the final dungeon in the 5.0 main scenario quests. Up to this point, dungeon guide wise, I haven't been doing like a spoiler warning since the dungeons were publicly shown in various videos, live letters, that kind of stuff. But this dungeon's a massive spoiler. If you'd like to avoid spoilers, click away. You can also use trust for this dungeon, just like the previous one, so consider them if you want to go in blind for the first time. This dungeon is broken up into 3 bosses with trash in between. To skip to a specific boss, please use the timestamps in the description. The first bunch of trash gradually attacks as you slay a number of enemies in each pack. The bombs tether to players and give them a gradually stacking fire resistance debuff. When they die, they self-destruct on the tethered player, doing more damage if there's more stacks, so focus them down when you see them. You can stun them to reset the fire resistance stacks as well. Dark elementals will also tether to your healer and reduce their healing output, so prioritize those as well. Otherwise, there shouldn't be anything too tough, just watch out for random AoEs from both the mobs and the environment. The first boss is the first beast. Venomous Breath is a conal AoE you can avoid, and Earthquake is a point blank AoE. There's no one specific room-wide AoE, just has a bunch of attacks that deal AoE damage. The biggest attack the boss uses is Meteor Rain into Final Sky. Meteor Rain gives meteor markers to 3 players. These summon proximity AoEs when the marker disappears and must be separated from one another. Do not drop these right up against the wall either. Try to be about halfway between the wall and the center of the room, and I like to face them towards the 4 corners. After the AoEs hit and the first beast summons some other AoEs to dodge, it will go to one side of the room to cast Final Sky. You must hide behind the meteors to avoid this attack. After it hits, a building will collapse on that side of the room, so have everyone run to the opposite side to the one the boss was on. After the first Final Sky, the boss starts using a lot more AoEs. Some are targeted, some are placed, some rotate around the room. It gets very chaotic and it all happens during the second Final Sky. Just dodge everything, stay healthy, and hide behind the placed meteors again. Dodge another falling building and just keep repeating this until the boss is dead. The trash up to the second boss has more bombs and otherwise just more AoEs. Like the first boss, it can be chaotic, but it's just dodge and DPS, so on to the second boss. The second boss is the Terminus Bellwether. The boss itself is just a big squish ball, but it's going to summon a ton of adds for you to fight. These are no different than enemies you've already been dealing with, including bombs and dark elementals. Stack them up, AoE, dodge, and clear 3 waves of mobs. When the boss returns, it will start casting Burst. Kill the boss before it finishes casting, and you win. The trash leading up to the final boss has the boss itself firing line AoEs at the party while you fight off the other bad guys. Other than that, dodge AoEs to kill monsters, stun anything you can to help out, and you're in the home stretch. The final boss is Therion. This battle is timed, though it takes a long time before you're at threat of failing. The boss will gradually force you further and further back on the arena while chipping away at safe zones until there is nothing left. When the boss uses Apocalypsis, it channels a laser beam that decimates everything on the main platform. You'll want to use these tiny platforms on the side to save yourself from falling off or from taking damage from the laser. Some of these get damaged when the boss uses attacks, designated by the glowing cracks all over them. Stay off these glowing platforms anytime you're dodging the laser. Other than that, Shadow Wreck does room-wide damage and the boss constantly fires lasers in various ways. Therion summons heads in an alternating pattern along the left and right sides of the arena. It's kind of hard to tell which set is going to fire off first, but as soon as you dodge laser set number 1, dodging laser set number 2 is a lot simpler. Just make sure you don't stand in laser set number 1 too long. The boss also channels laser AoEs itself at random players, so move out of these if they end up on you. Sometimes you gotta dodge an AoE on top of this stuff, but just make sure to run away from the boss when it does proximity AoEs, dodge the lasers, and you'll be fine. And that's a wrap for my guide to the Amaurot. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. We'll be doing guides on everything Shadowbringers. And with that, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.